Brazil, the nation of samba, football, and 5 World Cup trophies. Every 4 years, millions expect them to dominate. But what if I told you there's a hidden problem inside Brazilian football, a problem so serious that it could destroy their dream of winning the 2026 World Cup? And no, it's not a lack of talent. In fact, talent might actually be part of the problem. Let's find out why. When people think of Brazil, they think of legends. From Pelé to Ronaldo Nazário, from Ronaldinho to Neymar, Brazil has always produced world-class players. Every year, young Brazilian stars emerge from neighborhoods, beaches, and local academies. The talent pipeline never stops. So if Brazil has so much talent, why haven't they won a World Cup since 2002? That's more than 2 decades ago. Something isn't adding up. Here's the dark secret. Many of Brazil's best players leave the country at a very young age. The moment a talented teenager shows promise, European clubs come calling. And who can blame them? The money is better. The facilities are better. The competition is stronger. But there's a hidden cost. These players grow up in completely different football systems. One learns in England, another develops in Spain, another spends years in Italy, another plays in France. When they arrive at the national team, they're no longer products of one football culture. They're products of many different systems. And sometimes, those systems don't fit together. Think about the greatest Brazilian teams in history. They had a clear identity, creative football, confidence, freedom, flair. Everyone knew what Brazilian football looked like. But today, ask 10 football fans what Brazil's playing style is. You might get 10 different answers. Some say they're too defensive. Others say they're too cautious. Some believe they've become too European. And that's the concern. Brazil still has incredible players. But does Brazil still have a clear football identity? That's the question. There's another problem. The pressure. No country carries bigger World Cup expectations than Brazil. For most nations, reaching the semifinals is a dream. For Brazil, anything less than the trophy feels like failure. Imagine being a 22-year-old player. Millions of fans expect you to become the next Pelé, the next Ronaldo, the next Neymar. That's a huge burden. And sometimes pressure doesn't create greatness. Sometimes it creates fear. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of taking risks. Fear of disappointing an entire nation. For decades, Brazil was ahead of everyone. But football has changed. Countries around the world have invested heavily in coaching, scouting, and youth development. Teams are more organized, more tactical, more disciplined. The gap that once separated Brazil from everyone else is much smaller today. Talent alone isn't enough anymore. To win a World Cup, you need tactics, chemistry, leadership, mental strength, and a little bit of luck. Now, don't get me wrong. Brazil is still one of the most dangerous teams on earth. They have speed, skill, depth, and players capable of changing a match in seconds. The dream is still alive. But if Brazil wants to lift another World Cup trophy, they must solve this hidden problem. They must create a clear identity, turn individual stars into one united team, and handle the enormous pressure that comes with wearing that famous yellow jersey. Because history alone won't win the World Cup. The future will. So what do you think? Is Brazil still the favorite to win the World Cup? Or is this hidden problem bigger than most fans realize? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more football stories from around the world. Because in football, sometimes the biggest threat isn't your opponent. It's the problem nobody wants to talk about.